If you actually Google me, Von Erich is one of my aliases, and I actually used the Von Erich name, I believe, till 2000 and maybe it was Drunk Enough to Dance when I stopped using it. I don't know. I might have still been doing it, but anyway, it's definitely into the 2000s. I was a Von Erich, and I was actually made by Kevin, an official Von Erich, because we started the band in Wichita Falls, but moved to Denton, Texas, and his daughter was in college at the time, and used to come see us. Told her dad, like, hey, this kid's using the Von Erich name or whatever, and played him some of the music and stuff, and then, yeah, and then one day on Twitter he was just like, well, you're an honorary Von Erich, and I was just like, man, that's just, I mean, that's the coolest thing ever. But yeah, to me, the Von Erichs were kind of my first rock stars. I was just so into Carrie and Kevin Von Erich especially, but I got to see all four of them wrestle. I never got to see Chris wrestle, but I got to see Mike, David, Carrie, and Kevin all wrestle and several times. And, I just was absolutely just, again, I was almost obsessed with the Von Erichs and stuff, which is another great wrestling story, actually, I should say. When I first started talking with Alexa Bliss about, I can't remember what it was, but maybe I was just talking to her about wrestling, and she was like, well, Michael Hayes from the Freebirds is like high up in the organization. I'm like, I didn't
Yeah,
know that. And
Fabulous
she goes,
Freebirds,
oh
yeah.
yeah. She goes, I talk to him all the time. And so while she was here doing the video, we were filming in my son's room, which is that way, and she was doing hair and makeup in my daughter's room, which is that way. And she called me in there, and she was on FaceTime with Michael Hayes. And so I was just like, dude, and she handed me the phone, and I was like, man, I could sing you Backstreet Atlanta GA right now, dude. Like that, I could sing you that song. The further down the block they got the better. And he was just like, oh man, I don't even know the words of that song anymore. And he was just really nice. And I heard, as I walked away, I heard him say, oh, he's a nice guy. Does he have a bra on his head? And sure enough, I did, because in the Alexa Bliss video, we're spoofing Weird Science, and I still had a bra on my head from
That's when you
doing
turn to him and you say, listen, I'm an honorary Von Erich. You watch who you're talking to.
that. Right? He was just so nice, and so that was a really cool experience. And so it's really fun. That I always say the best part about this, about what I do, is the camaraderie. And most of the time, I mean the bands that I tour with, my own band, my own crew, but it's also the people that you meet through being in this world and stuff. And then, what that leads to sometimes. I mean, if you would have told little kid me, who just absolutely despised the Freebirds so much, that one day I would be talking to Michael Hayes on FaceTime, I would have been like, what's FaceTime? But then I would have been like, there's no way that's ever going to happen.